Hello and welcome. This is Rafi, and in today's video we are going to create this beautiful website using only HTML and CSS. So if you just take a look here, we have got a logo in the left side in the navbar, and then we have got some menu items. The first home item is currently selected and in active mode as of now. And if you just take a look here, we have got this about, gallery, video, contact, and we have got some background effects as you can see here. And then we have got this title in the center of the page, which is actually text, and we have placed it using position. And then after that we have got these clickable buttons, and these have some beautiful effects with transitions as well. And in the background we have got a subway image where we have applied some filterings with opacity. So without further ado, let's start creating this header page for a website step by step using HTML and CSS. So first of all, let me show you what are the things I have got as of now. So if I just take you here in the website header, as we are going to create this header, I have got this logo to be used, and then I have got this background image. Now it's time to add our HTML and CSS files into this folder. So let's go for it. I'm going to click on File, New File, and then I'm going to hit Save, Ctrl S, and then let's go to the folder, and then I'm going to type out index.html, where we are going to type all our HTML information. Then we are going to create another file, and we are going to give the name, let's Ctrl S, and then we are going to give it the name to style.css, and now hit enter. So that we have got our index.html and style.css. Now it's time to start creating our web page. So let's go for the HTML and then hit enter, and we're going to find this HTML structure, which is for HTML5, and in the title we are going to put like subway scare. Is it scarce in the image? Let me see. Yes, scarce. Okay. And then we are going to link this CSS with our HTML document. So let's do this. We are going to hit enter, and after that link, then hit enter. We are going to find these parameters. Now it's time to put this style.css right here, style.css. So now our CSS file is connected to our HTML document. It's time to go for the header tag. So we are going to take header tag, header, and we are going to start the header tag, and then we're going to close the header tag from here. Now let's hit enter, so that we'll have this space, and in between the header tag we are going to take a division, and it is going to be for our main. It is going to be class with main division, and then we are going to, in between the main division, we are going to place division, and the class is going to be for logo. Logo, and then we are going to create another division, and the class is going to be main menu, or let's say menu. Okay, so in the first division we are going to attach our logo, and then by the second division we are going to attach our menus. So let's go for them. We are going to add logo first of all. So let's hit enter, and then I'm going to type out img, and then we are going to find image. We have to provide the source, and if I just take you to the folder, we have got this logo named with logo.png, so we have to write this name into our editor here. So let's put it out, logo.png, and now if I just hit Ctrl S, and if I take you to the web page, and actually we are going to open it from here, open in browser, just take a look. We are going to see that logo has been added to our web page. Now it's time to add or work on our menus. So let's hit enter, and then we are going to take unordered list, and then hit enter. After that we are going to take list items, and in between the list items we are going to take anchor tag, and in between the anchor tags we are going to put our menu name. So we are going to type out home, about, and other information. So I'm going to copy these things from here and then paste it several times. Let's keep it home, then I'm going to put about, menu, then let's say services, and finally I'm going to put contact. Alright, so these are the menu items. If I just save this document and if I take you back to the web page, let's reload this page, you are going to see that we have got our profile logo and the menu items added here. So now let's work on this logo and menu items first, and after that we are going to add our background image. We're going to do the other stuffs. So let's go back into our editor and then let's go back to the styles. And one thing, as you can see here, this Subway Scares, whatever logo it is, it should be attached into this top part and then into this left side. But by default in this HTML document we have got some default margins and paddings, so we are going to remove them. So let's go for it. We are going to do it by universal selector, which is the star, and then we're going to this parentheses and then hit enter. Then I'm going to put margin 0 and padding 0. Alright, now we can also select our font families from here. So font family for the whole document, and I'm going to go with Arial for this example purpose. So let's click on save, and after saving you are going to see by default we are getting this list style type available here. And as we have worked on this, we have did our margin to 0, we have made our padding to 0, and we have changed our font family as well. So now if I just reload this page, you are going to see that all the by default margins are going to get removed, and then these things are also going to be hidden here. Alright, so we are clean with our document now. So now let's go for this part. We are going to see here, so for the main whole document here we are going to give a maximum width. So I'm going to type out main as the selector, as it is a class selector, as you can see, class main, and we call it here on the CSS with this dot and then main, okay, or whatever the class name is. Now we are going to put this one, and after that we are going to give like maximum width to 1200 pixels and then semicolon, and then margin is going to be auto. So what it will do, it will place our entire web page. Let me just save it first from here. Okay, cancel. Okay, save it here, and then what it will do, it will just place these whole things, this logo, this information or whatever coming up into this document into the center of the web page, and in the right and left side we'll have margins which will actually divided equally. So if I just reload this page, you are going to see that we are seeing like some spaces has been added here, and these spaces also added into this field as well. So we are going to see the difference within few seconds. So let's go back to the editor, and now let's take you back to the HTML code, and after that we have got the next div which is for logo. So let's start working on the logo. So we are going to select this logo and then image. So let's do this dot logo and img. After that we are going to put like, let's say, float. We are going to keep it to left, and after that we are going to give the sizing. Let's say height of this logo should be 150 pixels, and width is going to be auto, and you're going to see that the logo is going to take a beautiful place here. So let's reload. Okay, so actually I have to work on width here. All right, it's all fine, and the height should be auto. So height is auto. Now let's save and reload this page. Just take a look, we have got this logo sized properly. Now we are going to work on these menu sections. We are going to take them into the right side of this web page as it is here, and then we are going to start working on them. So let's go back to the editor, and after that we have to select them from, as you can see here, menu. We have got this menu part, so we are going to call it to menu, and then menu UL, let's give it to this name. Okay, and after that we are going to give the float to right. And now if I just take you back here, reload this page, just take a look, it's been placed to right. And now we are going to remove these dots. So we're going back here, and we're going to type out list style type is going to be none. So we're going to see that these icons are going to be removed. So let's reload and just take a look. Now let's take another selector, which is going to be dot menu ULLI. So let's list items, and we want these list items to be placed in line block. So they will be in line, in one line with a block selector. So let's go for it, and we're going to block parameter actually. So let's do this, display inline hyphen block. Now let's save this one and reload this page. Just take a look, we have got this thing working perfectly. Now one thing I'd love to do here for the menu, if you just take a look, it's just touching the top part from here. So we are going to take it a little down. So we are going to give some margin in the UL. So margin top, let's give it to 25 pixels. Let's save this, reload, and here we go, it's looking fine. Now we are going to give this list items, actually not in list items, we are going to give like dot menu ULLI a. To the anchors we are going to remove these underlines, which are the text decoration for the anchors. So we are going to remove them. So text decoration is going to be none. So now if I reload this, we are going to see that the underlines has been removed. Now we want these colors to be black, so let's do this, color, or we can actually put the short code, which is going to be 000. Now if I reload this page, just take a look, it's been black colored. Now we want to give some padding in each of these links, so let's go for it. We are going to give padding, let's give 5 pixel and 20 pixels. So top and bottom is 5 pixel and left and right 20 pixels for each of these menus. So let's just reload this page and just take a look how beautiful it is as of now. So now it's time to add our background to this page. So let's go for it. We are going to add the background into the header field, the whole header tag. So we are going to call the header right after the universal selector here. So let's call header, and now we are going to add the background image, and now we are going to type out URL, and then we have to give the name of the image, this image, header image dot jpeg. So we have to write as it is here written. So let's go back, header image dot jpeg. Now if I just save this document, you are going to see, okay, so nothing is appearing, no problem, we have to work a little bit here. So we are going to see type out background, or actually let's say height at the beginning. So height is going to be 100 VH, so put height. So whatever the screen size of your monitor, it is going to appear in the full screen size, as you can see here. So now the image is not correctly placed. We have to work on this image. So let's go back here, and then we are going to type out, let's say size is going to be cover, so that the whole image is going to be placed into this field. So now if I just save and reload this page, just take a look, the whole image is appearing here. Now we are going to give the image to the center alignment here. So let's go for it. Let's do the background position to center. Now let's save and reload. Now it's been centered, positioned. Now one thing I'm seeing here for this logo, as you can see, we should give some margin in the logo as well, so that it will match up with our menu options here. So let's go for this, and we're going to select here logo.img. we are going to type out here margin top only 10 pixels, and it is going to work fine, I guess. Yes, it's working perfectly. Now we want to, let me show you here, our text are in black color, and while we are actually hovering over these menus, these things are changing. So let's do these things as well. So first thing, I'd love to go back here, and ULLIA, the color is going to be white by default. Change this color to white. So we have got here FFF, save. Now let's reload this page. Oops, not this one, this one. Alright, so it's white now, but one thing, we have to work on this background so that we'll be able to see this white text into our web page. So let's go for it. We are going to add a linear gradient into our background image. So let's do this. Linear gradient, and then we are going to give this bracket sign, and after that we are going to put RGBA, so it is going to be red, green, blue, and then opacity, and we are going to give again here. So for red we are going to put 0 0 0, and for the opacity we are going to put 0.5, and we are going to do the same again here by putting a comma, put RGBA, and again we are going to put for red 0, for green 0, for blue 0, and then for opacity 0.5. and now if I save this document, okay, so I have to give a comma here. So now if I save this document and reload our page, we're going to see this home page clearly. Just take a look. We have got a black shadow added into our web page, and the web page, the text are being visible so clearly here. So now what we have to do, we have to work for the other things like this hover effect. So let's do this. So we are going back here, and then we are going to add here dot main ULLIA hover, and when the anchors will be hovered, someone will visit, or someone will place their mouse cursor over these anchors, they should be changed. So what are the effects? So we are going to give like background color. We want the background color to white, so we are going to put FFF, and we want the text color to black, so we are going to put 000, and let's save this one, reload this page. Okay, so good here, but one thing, as you can see, these changes are happening too fast, so we have to give some transition effect so it will work smoothly here. So let's go back to the code, and we are going to give the transition right here, transition, and we're going to put 0.6 seconds, and now you are going to see that the change is going to happen a little smoothly. Okay, alright, so it's working perfectly here. Now we want to make this home page active, or we are going to do this later. First of all, let's add these titles and then these buttons here. So let's go for it. We are going back to the code, and it's time to go back to the HTML page. Now we are going to take another div, and we're going to take a class of title, and then we are going to take another div, and we are going to give the class here to buttons btn. All right, and now I'm going to put the contents here. So for the first title, we are going to put h1 tag, and I'm going to put subway scares. Okay, for the h1 title. Now if I just save this document and reload this page, you are going to see this text has been added right here, but we want this text to be placed into this middle of the web page. So now we are going to make the changes, and we want this to a little bit increased font size, and then we want this to be changed to white text. Okay, so let's do the change into our css so that it will work fine. Now we are going to call this title, so let's go back to the styling, and then we're going to put dot title, and we want this to place into the middle of the page here. So this we have to give the position to absolute, and then we have to give a parameter for top, let's say 50%, and then for the, now let me show you what it does by putting these absolute in top things. So if I just reload this page, just take a look. From the top, it has just took our text to 50%, or actually in the middle of the web page. Now we are going to give some parameters for the left. So let's go for it. We are going to put left, and we are going to take it to 50% as well. Now if I reload this page, you are going to see that from the left it has also taken 50%, but it has some issues. So now we are going to remove these issues by entering transform here, and then translate, and we're going to put -50% comma -50%. Let's go back here and reload this page. Just take a look. We are seeing that our text has been centered properly, actually placed properly. Now it's time to change the color of the text, and then we are going to increase the size of the text a little bit. So let's go back to the code, and then we are going to type out dot title, and then we have got this in h1 tag, so we are going to type out h1. Now it's time to put like color. We want this color, we want the text color to be white, so we are going to put FFF, which is the short code, and then we want the font size to, let's say, 60 pixels. And now if I save this document and reload this page, just take a look, it's perfectly appeared here. Now it's time to add our buttons right after this subway squares. Okay, and for this we have to go back to our HTML document here, and then we are going to place the buttons right after, or actually in between this button division. So now we are going to take anchor tag, and I'm going to put an hash here. Okay, and then I'm going to type out something for the button text, let's say watch more, and I'm going to copy this one to add another button, and for instead of watch more, let's say read more. Okay, now if I just save this file, now let's go back to our web page. Let's reload this page. Just take a look, we have got these two buttons appearing here. Now it's time to take them into this field, and I guess you already know how to place these things into this field. Yes, you know it. Let me do this so that you will have a clear idea. So let's go for it. We are going to call, as you can see here, our selector is class button, so we are going to call it by dot button into our style sheet, so btn, and then we are going to give the position to absolute as we have done for the previous title field, and then for the top we are going to give, let's say 60% for this image, because it is going to be placed right after this subway square, so it should be taken. It has the placement of 50%, but it should be 60 or 55%. Let's see what it works, or actually what actually works. So let's give left as well to 50%, because we want from the left side it should be in the middle, or actually centered. And then we are going to put transform, translate, and then minus 50%, comma, minus 50%. Now let's save this document and go back here, reload this page. Just take a look, we have got the proper placement here. Alright, so now it's time to change the underline, actually the text decoration of the anchor tags, and then we are going to change the color of this text, and then we are going to give a border here. So let's go back to the code, and we are going to, let me see what is the selector here. Okay, div anchor. So actually .vtn, then anchor, we are going to type out text decoration none. Okay, now if I just take you back here, reload this page, just take a look, we have got rid of the underlines. Now it's time to change the color of the text. So the color should be white, so let's put the FFF. Alright, and then we want a border, and the border should be 1 pixel solid, and we want to give white, again white border. So let's put FFF and hit enter. Let's reload this page, just take a look, it's working perfectly. But in between the borders we want to place give some padding, so that the buttons are going to look little nicer. So we're going to give padding, let's say 5 pixel top bottom, or actually 10 pixel top bottom, and 20 pixels left right of the buttons. So let's save and reload. Now it's looking perfect here. Alright, so what we have to do again, we have to give some hover effects just like this one. Okay, so let's select this one so that we'll be able to do. So we are going back here in the editor, .btn anchor, and then hover. Okay, so now let's put background color. The background color should be white, or actually FFF, and then the text color should be black 000, and let's save this one, reload, and here we go, it's working perfectly here. Now it's time to give, or actually make our home page active. So let's say a person is visiting our home page, for this reason this home button should be stayed active. So let's do this. We are going to call a selector into the HTML file, and then we are going to call it into our CSS file. Then we are going to give the parameters. So let's go back here, and we're going back to the HTML, and for the first list item, which is home, we are going to call it with a class name, let's say active. Alright, and let's save this document here. Now let's go back to our style sheet, and we are going to take this active tab here, .main eval li, then .active, and after that we want to place anchor. Now it's time to give the same parameter as it is here, so I'm going to copy and paste it here. Now if I save this document and go back to our web page, reload, and here we go, we have got our home page activated. Alright, so this was it guys. So I hope you have found this video helpful. If you did, please let me know by commenting below. Please like this video, share this video to help your friends, and subscribe to my channel to get more helpful tutorial in future. I have to see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.